Hey guys, another crazy adventure here. We are jumping in this raft and we're going up the river as far as we can get. Then we'll turn around. It's really low water right now, so we're gonna see how far we can get. Big modifications planned for this boat next year, so this is the last run for the season unless we do some ice breaking on the lake. But let's get started with this. And it's floating. Hold on. Here with Crazy Neighbor, and the HMCS Hunker Down launched beautifully. The plan to keep my feet dry did not pan out, so good thing we got a heater, lots of fresh socks, etc. Crazy Neighbor is just throwing on the rafter supports. We are going to not put the tarp on until we're at our island for the night, but this will give you an idea if you haven't seen the other one, how it all works. So we got a lot of gear to load on here. Time to start loading gear. Time to Tom Sawyer it down this river for a couple of days, and we're gonna head on out quick because daylight's fading. Gonna get the engine running and warmed up, and we have these push poles that we're gonna push ourselves off with so that we're not too shallow and hitting gravel bars, etc. So one battle at a time. Next battle's pushing it out. Okay, looks good. Yeah, my job here is navigator, but we're gonna have to redistribute some weight because we are getting swamped in the front. And we're making it slowly upriver, which was what I expected. I wasn't sure if we'd actually be able to make it upriver. We're gonna do a lot more figuring out. Crazy Neighbor sails, and I'm pulling up Google Earth satellite view so I can see where the low spots are here, because we're gonna have a few, I'm sure of it. Engine's died here, and that's a bad thing. I'm just gonna get this camera out of the way. Let's see what we can. There we go. Okay, we got her now. We're anchored here, so we're not going anywhere. But our engine is a little messed up here, so I'm gonna do some repairs. This was the problem. So zip tie to the rescue. Now we're gonna zip tie this together, and we should be back on the way. Because sunset's coming. We don't have any zip ties, but in this case, the next best thing is tarp tape. Tape this engine together here. Yeah, this part here. Tape it up real good. We'll have to check on this occasionally. Make sure it's not coming apart. It's working good. That'll get us to shore and we can do a better fix. Maybe. Our anchor is under so much tension right now that I can't possibly pull it until the engine starts up, and we're on the way. These polarized glasses really do help you see through the water. And yeah, we have life jackets in case you're wondering. They're on board, and we probably should have them on right now. So once we're going, I'm gonna throw my life jacket on. And just slow down right there. Slow down. All right, we're good. We're back on the river. Woo! Now you're camping with Steve. Kind of, we're on a boat, but we will be camping. So we made it to our island. We were going to go a little further tonight to a better island, but it's getting dark and it's stormy and it's a bit more of a technical river to negotiate if we go up further. So we're gonna set this up, gonna dry off my socks and turn the heater on. That's gonna be just fine because I can't wait for that. Put some little rocks here for a walkway so I don't have to get my feet wet anymore. But I'll grab a few other rocks and I'll show you the anchors and everything. But we're gonna get this set up right now. Water level's rising. We're floating around a little. So I'm gonna pull us in as much as possible. And then I'll show you what's going on inside there. And hopefully, if the river level drops in the morning, we can still actually push it back out, because that wouldn't be pleasant otherwise. This rope here comes down to our impossibly large rock, and we have attached our grappling hook anchor onto there. And over here is another incredibly big rock. These could be underwater by the morning, but hopefully we shouldn't go anywhere. We'll find out, but I'll show you what's going on in the boat. We got a generator here as well as another battery, and we're going to start the generator, charge the other battery. Here we are in the cabin of our camping raft, and we've got dinner. A lot of options here. We got smokies. We've got these packages of shaved beef in au jus. We brought a bunch of buns. We got ham if we want to do a sandwich. We got a lot of stuff for breakfast in the morning too. We got our barbecue set up here, just warming up right now, and I'll take you on a small tour of the inside if you haven't seen the other video. Of course, carbon monoxide detector, because we're using propane in here. And we have our fire extinguisher right there. Our bag of buns that were on sale. Our propane cylinder right there by the venting outside. We're using a Mr. Buddy heater there with a low oxygen shutoff just in case. My river shoes are drying out, and yeah, they're pretty well done, which is why I use them in the river. We're anchored to the shore, and if we start to drift, I've got this app, a speedometer app, and if we start to move more than 1 kilometer an hour, it gives a sound like a submarine diving, like there's an incoming depth charge or something. So that's what we wake up to if there's a problem. And we're gonna throw some, I'm gonna throw some smokies on. I don't know what crazy neighbor's gonna eat. And I do have to give a huge shout out to all the supporters that have made these videos possible. I'm normally just a work-a-day guy and I don't have the money or time to do this type of thing, but the donations have definitely made all these people, or these people have made this all very possible. We're not drifting, I just was waving my hands around. So I'm gonna throw some smokies on, and we've battened down everything pretty good because it was fairly windy early on, and it's slowed down a bit, which is great. And we'll see what's going on in the morning. Actually, oh, that's what happens when you move. I've got a website here that shows the river levels and how they're going up and down, and that's real time, about 15 minutes before it gets here. So we could be fairly high tomorrow up on the shore when the water goes back down, but we'll deal with that when we get there. And it's unpredictable water level because there's a dam. They open it up and close it down. So thank you everybody for watching so far, and please consider subscribing. It's good for you and it makes you feel good. So we'll cook some food, hunker down, and see you guys in the morning. Couple of smokies for tonight. I do actually eat healthier when I'm at home, but I film these videos once a week and I eat stuff like this. So I'm gonna eat some smokies, hunker down, and see you guys in the morning. Awesome. Time for bed, guys. A little windy still, but definitely time to hunker down. It was a good sleep. It looks like a nice sunny day. I'm gonna go outside and check the water level and see what we have to do to get this boat moving today. We are properly beached here, and we gotta wait for this river to come up. I looked at the real-time flow upstream and the level, and there's a spike coming, so we can't push this out quite yet because there's just no way we can do that. It's a little above our skill level, so we're just gonna cook some breakfast and wait for the water level to come up. But we drifted quite a ways last night. You can see the water came up quite high, and we used to be over there. Now we are right here, and time to cook some food and look around this island. Nothing quite as good as an egg and cheese sandwich on the river. I like to use these eggs in a box because they're oh so easy. I'll put some ham in it too, that'd be awesome. Perfect. Eating good this morning. cheese, egg. Didn't feel like bringing out the other stove, so I'm just pan cooking this on the barbecue. Not as efficient, but it sure works and it won't burn the eggs. Now that is a good breakfast. Not good for you, but good, that's for sure. Oh yeah, McDonald's doesn't have anything on this. Okay, we're extremely beached. We actually took our 2 pry bars and we both leveraged on them and we got it to budge. We're like, she budged. So we're emptying as much weight as we can off of it, and we're gonna see if we can get it out a little further. Otherwise, we're waiting until about midnight or so when it's back up to the level it was, and then we'll push it around a cove in the dark if we have to do that. But there's that's the way it goes for now. Here we are downriver from where the raft is. This beautiful little sandy point here looks like our emergency float to spot if we have to do this in the dark. But there's not much to anchor onto here, and the sand is kind of quicksandy. So yeah, it's a fallback just in case, but I'm gonna pry that thing up. Oh, unbelievable, there's garbage out here. Of course there is. Beautiful island in the middle of nowhere. Could have empty beer cans on it, of course. Just something else to pick up. That guy's been there for a while. Great success, as you can see. So we'll be motoring down this river in just a few short minutes here. All right, ready when you are. Get it. A little bit more to the next island and we'll be camping again. Have to reassess our nice little island up ahead. We can't fight this current, we're stuck. So we're gonna have to probably turn around and maybe camp on a shore somewhere or back to our island from yesterday. Yeah, just couldn't fight the current, so we've killed the motor. We're drifting back and we're gonna find a spot to tie up, maybe back to the first island, who knows. We were going for like a half an hour or 45 minutes upstream, and we're drifting right back to the island that we camped on last night. So I can tell from here the current is just really aggressive. So back to our old island for another night of camping in a different spot. We were drifting back because we gave up against that current, and we just bumped into this wonderful shore. So we've tied up here, and I think that's going to be home for the night. Oh, it's crazy neighbor. Crazy neighbor. And yeah, we've tied up at both ends of the boat. And we got an extra one for good luck. So we're gonna tie that on somewhere to something. And we're gonna charge up some batteries, have a little fire out here maybe tonight. It's gonna be fun. We have a highly excellent spot here, and I was just charging up my Jackery portable power pack with a normal gas generator. Yes, I recognize the irony of that, but I have some firewood here, slim pickings for the most part, but that little armful I got is still about $1 million worth from a gas station or 7-Eleven or something. So I gotta make a little fire ring, and you know, don't need to have a fire because we got a heater inside, but I like the crackle and the smell, so it should work out just fine around here. Being this close to the river, you don't use gasoline to start the fire because it's really hard on the fish if it gets in there. So you throw on your smaller pieces, and yeah, just get the torch going, and you can leave it in until the fire starts. Now I've heard not to use river rocks for a fire ring because there can be moisture inside, and when it heats up they explode. I've never seen it happen or heard of it happening, but I have heard the story. If anybody can confirm or deny that, please let me know. It should have been on the bottom, but truly beautiful out here. Some people are going to wonder for sure, where's the liquor? Well, a bit of a story about that here. In Canada, the boat laws are a little bit strict as of late, so we don't even want any on the vessel. And yeah, according to the Liquor Act, there are certain prerequisites you have to meet structurally with the boat in order to get slaughtered on the vessel. So we're gonna work on that so that we can fully enjoy ourselves in the beauty of nature and put the beer donations to good use. So we're gonna look at the water levels here. This fire should go out fairly quickly, and we're gonna cook up a scoff, good meal, and we're camping with Steve. Now we put this row of rocks here where the water level was about an hour or two ago, and it's up quite a bit from there. This is going to get a lot higher throughout the night, and hopefully we're not going to get beached like last time, but I think we'll be okay. Nice and cozy inside the shack, the floating shack on the river, and we got these packages of shaved beef in au jus sauce. They're loose or something, but I'm just gonna throw them in the pan. We got buns warming underneath, and this is gonna be great. As always, nothing better than a roast beef sandwich on the river. Unless it's a breakfast sandwich on the river, or, well, pretty well anything on the river is quite good. Yeah, I've started using this because it's vacuum sealed and super convenient. Just gonna dig into this right now because I'm hungry after all that pushing the boat around with a big piece of pipe. Oh yes. Needs some cheese, of course, but this is a fine looking meal. We picked these ambidextrous buns that can do anything from smokies to beef dip to breakfast sandwiches and anything else. So, oh yeah. Get in there, crazy neighbor. They're not getting any warmer.
I'm in.
Alright. So we're going to eat this, and then we'll check the water level outside, and then hunker down.
It looks awesome, Steve.
Oh, it's like heaven. It's like heaven. The markers we put on the river are pretty submerged. There is some flow down there, but this side is getting pushed into shore. We're pretty beached. Down there is a little bit better, but it's a steep enough shore that we can probably push this off fairly easily. So that's the way the outside looks right now. It's time to get back in and hunker down, so to speak. About to tuck in for the night, and of course no liquor on the boat, but it's rocking back and forth pretty heavily, and I popped a bunch of gravel and I'm flying, so I should have a good night tonight and a good breakfast in the morning. Thanks so far for camping with Steve, and we'll see you guys when the sun is up. Good morning, day number 2, and gonna check outside, see what happened with the water level. We seem to be floating, so that's a good sign. Awesome, that's a great success. So we're gonna cook breakfast, push off, get back to town, edit this up for Thursday video, and upload it. Hopefully soon enough on Thursday. Breakfast is hash browns and scrambled eggs. Captain John gave me these for my birthday and wrote "Hunker Down Hash Browners" on it, and happy birthday, Steve. So boiled up some water, gonna throw it in. These little just dehydrated potato shreds. Then you fry them up after they rehydrate. Now I've had these once before, they're pretty good, but that was a while ago when I was really hungry. They may not be that as good as I remember them. Okay, we are filled to the water line, and we just sit back and wait. Into the pan with some butter after I've drained out the excess after it waited for the dozen minutes. Next stop, Hash Brown Town. Oh, that makes a lot of hash browns. I gotta cook half of this. Oh man, wasn't expecting that. I guess it really does make 7 servings. Fry up a couple of batches. That'll work. Or bring some home to beautiful wife. So half of them will fill up a small frying pan. Nice warm river breakfast. Crazy neighbor was up early and he ate the leftover roast beef from last night. So, I'm cooking for 1 today with a heaping helping of hash browns. Gonna devour this. And then we tear it all down and get back into the city and upload this because probably people already looking for the Thursday video. And here I am, kicking back on the river, so don't worry. It's half edited already out here, so I should just have to put in the last few clips and send her off. A lot of people always ask us, where's the bathroom on this thing? Is it that? No guys, we just ran out of plywood, but it is handy to access the ports. We're not too far from shore generally for urgent business, but the good old emergency bucket, yeah, and that happens out here on the deck, not in there beside where I'm sleeping. Anyway, we continue packing. So what I'll do is I'll just yank this one rope when it's ready. Like that. I'll preemptively put on those boots. Yep. All right, I'll push us off here. Far nicer going downstream versus trying to fight it on the way up. Man, I could get used to this. Kill it. Made it without killing ourselves. We're gonna back up the trailer and get this loaded up. And I know this is gonna be a late video today, guys. Sorry about that, but this is an eventful trip and we left everything to the last minute like always. So in the final stages of just loading this up, and if you liked it, again, please give it a thumbs up, comment, or maybe even subscribe. That would be just awesome. And we're up to something again next week, the Halloween special, camping somewhere spooky. So tag along for that if you're interested. And thanks so much, guys. You subscribers have been hard at work watching my stuff, and I really do appreciate that. And it doesn't go unnoticed. I read the comments, I answer as many as I can, and you guys are all just great. So until next time, you're camping with Steve, and hunker down.